What's going on, everybody? Cappers Nation Live, Tuesday the 10th of December, game day edition. Welcome. Glad to have everybody here. Ready to rock, ready to roll, ready to make money. Hopefully you guys are all having a great day to start as well. I know I am just getting rolling. I do apologize. Wanted to send out all my personal plays to all my clients before we went live. And considering I just wrapped them up, we are just now getting us live. So thank you for bearing with me while we get everything up and running. Hopefully you guys had a good Monday. New York Giants plus 9.5. Winner, baby. Winner. I know I'm looking for a monster day today, just like my 3-1 yesterday. Bear with me. I'm just getting all of our live show notices up and out for everybody. Oop, no need for me to double hear myself there. A lot of college basketball action, a lot of NBA action. Which means even more money in your guys' pocket. How did everybody's Monday Night Football turn out? You guys take the Giants with us, plus 9.5, double dipping as a premium play and personal play? Or did you take the Eagles and lay the 9 and fall for the Eagles trap? I had actually expected the Giants to perform better, but knowing how they coach and all they had to do was keep the pedal to the floor in that second half, and they probably would have at least covered the total for us. But the Giants played it slow in the second half and decided to focus on the run rather than use Eli down the field. Use Saquon a little more, which is fine. I bet the over 64.5 on the prop for his yardage, so that worked out in my favor as he ended up with 66, thank God. But it didn't help us put any points on the board. That's a fact. Let's see who's here. Nick Rest, good morning. Brian, Jermaine Reed, Fast Freddy in the house. Enjoying that 3-1 yesterday. Brian, good morning. Mr. Jermaine Reed, always a pleasure to have you. Mr. Frankie Diamond, Tito, Aaron, Jamar, what's going on? Michelle, Andre, Mr. Grover, William, Stat Guap, Mark. What is going on, folks? Glad to have everybody here. Glad to have everybody here this fine, beautiful morning. Joe, good morning. Get this back cracking. Get stretched, get ready. Got to get loose. Gonna be a great show. Daniel G, sorry I don't speak Spanish. Dos más cervezas, por favor. Sorry there, buddy. I don't know what your pity is, but you don't like what we have. Oh, this is not Spanish? Okay. Well, I don't speak what you type. So, I don't speak what you type. And last time I checked, that translates into English into what a pity. Is satanic? Oh, okay. Well, have a great day, Daniel. We don't need none of that here, so see you later, buddy. Bye-bye. Raymond, what's going on, sir? I don't know about you guys, but definitely looking for a great day today after another one yesterday. College hoops on fire. Got to give a shout out as I spill my coffee to my beautiful wife, delivering me a coffee right before the show. Never SKC, what's going on? D-Rob, yes, sweeping the college hoops, that's for sure. Sweeping the college hoops. College hoops have been on fire. Joe jumping in with a little early action. I see. The only early action in the college hoops, Bryant and Fordham game rolling on. I don't know. He posted something in Spanish, and then I said, sorry, I don't read Spanish. He said it was satanic. I figured we didn't need no satanic here, but it translates to Spanish. So I just gave him the boot because I feel like it. Somebody wants to be negative and they don't have a reason to, well, they can pound sand. Truth be told, I didn't like Daniel G anyways. But then again, I don't really know him and I've never seen him before, so I guess I'm just being stereotypical. You know, me just being me. All right, taking a look. College hoops yesterday. I went 1-0 yesterday, college hoops. Sunday, I went a big 2-0 in college hoops. That would be a 3-0 run. Saturday, I delivered a nice 2-0 in college hoops. That would be a 5-0 run. Friday, I delivered 2-0 college hoops. That would be a 7-0 run in college hoops. Thursday, we lost. 7-1 out of the last 8 college hoops plays. 7 straight winners on my personal plays for everybody on college hoops. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that I have all college hoops on my personal plays today. 7 straight. I think we're going to sweep the board today and we're going to make it 11 straight college hoops winners. I think we're going to make it 11 straight after today, folks, if you guys are on my personal plays. We've now had 4 back-to-back 3-in-1 days. We're always one away from that elusive 4-0. It's been a while. It's been a while since we busted out a 4-0 or a 3-0. Matter of fact, it's been 10 days since a 3-0. But hey, guys, 5 out of the last 7 days, all 3-1. It's actually been 14 days. 16 days. 16 days since a 4-0. You can never go wrong with it, Ryan. I'll always make sure you make money. I'll always make sure you make money. Even when we have a bad run, I take care of everybody until they're profitable and making money. Take care of it until people are making money. That's a fact. I don't care. I mean, I'll be honest, I had a bad October. I take care of everybody until they make money. If you don't, then you don't take care of clients, then I'm not looking for clients that just want to be with me for 3 days and then done, or a week and then done. You know, I take care of my clients long term, and that's the reasons why. Guys like Jamar that are in the live chat have been with me for, Jesus, over 4 years. Long before I ever posted a video on YouTube. So, long term is where it's at, and you can never go wrong because I'll always take care of you. I will always take care of our clients. That's a fact. Excuse me. As Andre said, doubt you'll be disappointed. And we're going to have losing days every now and then, but definitely take care of our clients. And everybody in here can attest to that. So without further ado, let's do a full recap. And it doesn't matter if you jump on personal plays or my premium plays. We take care of everybody. We always make sure that it doesn't matter what package you buy. We make sure that you're profitable. We make sure that you make money. You can pick up 3 days for $99 as well. We got other packages on there. You just got to take a look. So going over yesterday's games. Oh, this is today's games. I bet you guys would like me to read down that list, right? Bet you guys would like me to read down that list. Taking a look at the games yesterday. Daily free play. New York Islanders, Tampa Bay over 6. That one sucked. Ended up at 6. So we ended up with a push in that NHL total. I bet it at 5 dimes. I ended up getting 5.5 minus, I think it was $1.22. So I ended up winning on that one, but I know everybody, pushed. Hold on one second. So we ended up with a push there on the that free play. During Cappers Nation Live, I gave you guys 2 free plays yesterday. During the live show, we ended up splitting them out, going 1-1. We won the first one, which was super easy. College basketball individual team total. Iowa in the first 10 minutes, over 17.5 points. I believe they hit it with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to spare, or 3 minutes to spare, and that was after like a minute and a half, 2-minute drought of not scoring. So that was an easy winner there, and then we dropped the over 45. We dropped the over 45. And remember, guys, there's a lot of things, that you can't bet normally unless you're betting at 5 dimes. They're the leader in the sports book and having exotic wagers and team totals and props like that. And if you're not on 5 dimes, you probably should open up an account and at least stick something in there. That way, when I give you a game like Iowa first 10 minutes over 17.5, you're able to bet it. And here's a link to 5 dimes. Just click on the link, go over there. Even if you throw something in it, just that way when I do give you a little prop bet like that, you're able to bet it and you're able to make some money on it. Because I think it'll definitely help you as well as, put more money in your pocket in the long term. So make sure you go give our presenting sponsors 5 dimes some love over there. So overall, free plays ended up on the day going 1-1-1. 1 win, 1 loss, and a push yesterday. No harm, no foul, especially after a 3-1 Sunday. So free plays the last 2 days. What are they? 4-2-1. Not bad, but we're hitting the big ones, and that's all that matters. Premium plays yesterday, lackluster day. 1 and 2. Dropped the Raptors laying 5.5. They were down most of the game. I know I in-bet them. On the money line at plus, I got them on the money line at one point at plus 120. So I squeaked out, got a little of my money back there, betting them live. We hammered the New York Giants plus 9.5. We actually double dipped. That was a premium and a personal play of mine. So that was our biggest play of the day right there, was the Giants plus 9.5. Nice easy winner from start to finish. And then obviously premium play that we gave you for free, we lost the over 45. So premium plays went 1 and 2 yesterday. I had another winning day going 3-1. I've actually put out 4 straight 3-1 days for all my clients. And not just 4 straight, but we've actually had 5 out of the last 7 days have all been 3-1. We won on Duquesne, laying 11.5. Blowout winner. That one was done in the first 5 minutes, and then they never looked back. I think they ended up winning by close to 40, maybe, and 30-something like that. And then I did drop the Houston Rockets laying 12.5. I should have known with them coming up against Sacramento, against the Kings, and I fell for that trap there, and they ended up losing the game by 1. So I dropped that one. And then obviously New York Giants plus 9.5, our double dip big play of the day. And then the Memphis Grizzlies +3. Memphis Grizzlies +3 winning outright. I think they won by 11 or 12. So 3-1 yesterday. Nice little, 12-4 run the last 4 days. So if you're not on my personal plays, it's time to get on board. It's time to get on board. Gave out some leans yesterday for you guys. See how the leans did yesterday. Gave you a lean on the over 133.5 on the Columbia Duquesne game. That ended up getting 144. That was a winner. The Alabama South Dakota, that one was a close one. Ended up at 132. We had 139.5. And then I gave you a nice big lean on Iowa laying the 6. That was a winner there. So leans in college hoops yesterday ended up going 2-1 on the day there. So a nice little day yesterday as far as personal plays. The live show, if you use the leans towards your advantage, they'll put some money in your pocket just like they've been doing almost every single day. Let's see, what do we got planned for today? Taking a look at the little game sheet today. Premium plays. There's 4 premium plays on the day today, NBA and college basketball. We've got 3 big NHL plays as well for our NHL package members. And then lo and behold, we've got my personal plays. All college hoops. 4 personal plays. All college hoops. 4 personal plays. All college hoops. Hold on 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second, folks. Need to just check on a bet here real quick. A possible play for you guys in the live chat. Early action. So don't go anywhere. Let me just double check and see if it's available on 5 Dimes yet. Do. Give me 1 second, folks. You know me, I'm always trying to put extra money in your pocket. And if I have an option to put you guys on something, I'm definitely going to. So hang tight 1 second, because we have a potential to have a soccer play. So you just have to bear with me while we pop it up and see if we can get the line on it. So bear with me just a minute, guys, all right? Just a minute while we find out if we're going to have a soccer play for you guys or not. Ryan, I see you just jumped on board, brother. I'm going to end up sending you my plays. Give me about 2 minutes, okay? I see that you just jumped on board, so give me 2 minutes and I'll send you my plays. I don't know if we're going to be able to bet this one or not, so at least not yet anyways. Let me check one more avenue on 5 Dimes and see if it pops up or not, so bear with me. Bear with me. I promise I'm trying, folks. I want to be able to get you guys on a... This one might have it. Let me see. Okay. I'm taking screenshots so I can show you guys. When you guys are on 5 dimes, there's other ways to make wagers. And it's called sports betting prime, all of that stuff. So I just made a wager, and I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay. Absolutely, my soccer guy giving me the goods. So what I want to do is I want to show you guys how to bet. Some of you will have an easy opportunity to bet it. Some of you won't. Okay. Some of you, like me, will have to do some digging to find it like I did. So it definitely took me some digging to find it, and I'm going to show it all off on how to find it on 5 dimes. Okay, so just bear with me just a second. I got to upload one more screenshot into the computer system here. Actually, 2 more. Actually, yeah, 1 more right now. Okay, so I'm going to end up showing you guys 3 screenshots. I'll tell you guys what the play is, and then I'll show you on 5 dimes how I was able to bet it. So bear with me, and this is going to be for everybody that's not familiar with 5 dimes. This is going to be very beneficial because it wasn't listed under the regular soccer. First of all, it's a soccer. It's going to be listed under England. It's a championship league play. Okay. I want to highlight this to show you guys. I'm going to actually make it 4 screenshots that I'm going to show you guys on how to bet this. Because if you're betting on 5 dimes and you're not familiar with their other avenues on how to get better lines or live lines, I'm going to show you right now. So bear with me. Let me see how to do this. Give me 1 second. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying for you. Okay. let's try this. So bear with me. I don't know what it's going to look like, but make sure you guys can test. You guys can hear me. You guys can hear me just fine, hopefully. Chuck, no, we didn't win the Sunday guarantee. We lost that one on Seattle. We addressed that yesterday and the day before and multiple times. It's Tuesday now. Okay, so hopefully you guys can still hear me, right? Okay, good. No, it's not the Liverpool game. So, first of all, I'm going to show you guys how to bet it. And then if you're on 5 dimes, what you're going to do is you're going to click up here at the top. You're going to click up on Sportsbook. Okay? You're going to go all the way down to where I have it highlighted, Sports Betting Prime. Now, if you're going to want to click on that if you're on 5 dimes. Now, if you're just click on the regular soccer link, down below soccer, it says England. You click on England, it's not going to show up. Now, the game is, but the bet that we're going to make is not going to show up on the regular 5 dimes account. You need to go to one of their other affiliate accounts that they use for betting live and other odds, as well as just more odds on the game. And more bet propositions. So you're going to click on Sports Betting Prime. So after you click on Sports Betting Prime, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. So you're going to go down on the left-hand side of this page. When it opens up Sports Betting Prime, you're going to click on Soccer, click on England, then you're going to click on Champion League. Okay? And then you're going to look for the game. You're going to look for the game that's Leeds United and Hull City. Okay, Leeds United and Hull City. So click on the soccer. Now, if you're not betting on 5 dimes, you can go do this on your other place. All right, I'm sure they have. It might maybe even easier for you. So click on England. Click on Championship for the Championship League. You're going to look down for the game between Leeds United and Hull City. And then you're going to scroll all the way down. There's 57 different bets that you can bet down here. It's not 1, 2, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. The box that says the 10th box. Okay, it's the 10th box. And I'm going to show it to you what it looks like. And I have it highlighted. So I'm going to put in another screenshot real quick for you. And then I'll tell you what the bet is. So if you're not on 5 dimes, you can go bet it somewhere else. Okay? So the next spot that you're going to look at, both teams to score. Yes, minus 125. Okay? Both teams to score is a yes, minus 125. Leeds United, Hull City, both teams to score, minus 125. When you're done betting on Sports Betting Prime, this is what your ticket will look like. This is what your ticket will look like. Okay, it's got the European view, American odds, minus 125, 1250, possible payout 2250. So it's 1250 to win 1,000. Okay. It's 1250 to win 1,000. And then if you go click on view wagers in your 5 dimes account, this is what it will end up looking like, which is looks like normal. Okay. The very bottom, Leeds United, Hull City, both teams to score, minus 125. Super simple. But sometimes you just have to be a little more creative to find wagers. Okay. So now I'm going to post it in the comment section for you guys. That way you can find it. Leeds United, Hull City. So there you go. Both teams to score, yes, minus 125. Okay, there you go. Bet it. Hammer it. There's a free soccer play. Consider that a nice little gift. That game starts in an hour and 39 minutes. D-Rob, Andre says Kyle might be the hardest working in the game. More power to you. I appreciate that, Andre. I appreciate that. Never as KC says, I agree, D-Rob. I appreciate that. Aaron, that game is at 2:45 Eastern Time. 2:45 Eastern Time, 11:45 in the morning Pacific Time today. That goes off here in an hour and 39 minutes. Big D-Mall, sweet, found it. Easy at my book, minus 127. Oh, good. I'm glad you found it. It could be easy money, guys. Gonna be a nice... nice, easy win. And if you were to just click on the soccer link, I'll show you what you would end up... Let's see here. You click on the soccer, they don't have that option available under the 5 dimes normal betting. They just give you the regular odds on that game. So that's why we use the sports betting prime for a lot. And if you guys aren't aware of that, always some great opportunities. Always some great opportunities. Yeah, Joe, that's actually plus money on 5 dimes. Over 2.5 is plus 107. Over 2.5 is plus 107. So I like making money before the big games start. Andre, 5 dimes, brother, I'm telling you. You just open up an account, stick a little bit of your winnings in 5 dimes, and then there you go. That's one of the reasons why 5 dimes is... I mean, I in Vegas, I go to the casino to bet. I can't bet this at the casino. I mean, so I know not everybody can bet it, obviously, but there's, you know, money to be made, and sometimes you got to have multiple books, multiple opportunities. It's one of the reasons why I keep my 5 dimes account and keep money in there. My cell phone just froze. Glad to see that you're able to bet it, Jeff. Nice and easy on 5 dimes. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, we already did our full game day breakdown of yesterday. 3-1 on personal plays, premium plays, 1-1-1. Don Doe, what's going on, sir? I know Mr. Doe there is enjoying the nice 3-1 every single day that I've been putting out for the last 4 days. 5 out of the last 7. Put my little AirPods back on the charger there. Put them on the wireless charger. So what we're going to do now, I mean, we've got a busy day today. I mean, there is a ton of games to break down. There is a ton of action out there. And I'll tell you one thing. Actually, I need to restart this computer real quick. So give me 1 second, folks. Let me restart my other computer, my stats computer, my old iMac, my old 27-inch iMac, not the new iMac Pro. You know, and another thing about 5 dimes that's so great is the cash out policy. Ryan, yeah. Same thing, Ryan. We take care of everybody. Take care of everybody. Premium plays, personal plays. We always make sure you're making money on every package. All right, Ryan, I do need to send you my personal play, so hang on 1 second. I'm going to send those to you right now, and I do appreciate you jumping on board. I think you just jumped on board premium plays as well today, so you're going to have some great action today and a lot of winning. So I just sent you my personal plays. Just text me back, let me know that you got them. But you should have. It said that they went through. So, and again, thanks for jumping on board. 5 dimes deposits, easy. I mean, I use Bitcoin, so Bitcoin's super easy. Send over money. For instance, I know Elieser's in. I don't know if he's in here today, but he was in here yesterday. He's on our plays. He was asking me, and I initiated a $10,000 Bitcoin cash out Sunday night after hours, and I received it yesterday at 4:31 in the afternoon or evening time, my time. So always a great time. Have another one pending as well. So and for everybody that doesn't believe, I'll show you. I do regular ones. All right, we make sure. It's the name of the game, is making sure you get cash outs on a regular basis. And here you go. Here you go. I'll throw it up on the screen. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, so there you go. That's another processed 10K withdrawal via Bitcoin. So, name of the game, cash out often. Charles says, just don't let your money sit in Bitcoin. I guess it's all just depends on what your investment strategy is. You know, I own Bitcoin. I bought it a long time ago. You know, Bitcoin, it's down today. It's down a couple $100 today from where it started. I think it was 73 and change yesterday. It's 71.82. It's down 3% today. You know, so it just depends on, you know, what your investment strategy is and if you want to hold Bitcoin or not. You know, it's very volatile. Chino says he bet that the soccer play we gave out on Pavada, but he got it at minus 130. 5 dimes has better odds. Mark, I use Coinbase for all my Bitcoin purchases. It's safe, it's secure, and it's easy, as well as selling and transferring to my bank. So, you know, Bitcoin, I mean, if you hold it or you don't, you know, that's all up on you and your, you know, your investment strategy, you know, and what you want to do. But I mean, I've got Bitcoin. I've been holding on for quite some time, years, and I made a ton of money betting, not betting, but well, betting on Bitcoin basically. And I've given some back. I sold at the heydays right before 20K. I bought again at 10. I tanked. I sold at 5. Obviously not as much as that I had before, but I bought again. I bought at 35. Bought at 38. And I've got a decent amount, and it's something that makes me money. But yeah, when I cash out from 5 dimes, it's either I'm converting it to cash or holding on to the Bitcoin based on the price. Bitcoin at the price of 7,100. I'll hold on to it for a little bit. See if it pops back up onto the 8 or 9K. See if I can't turn 10K into an extra 12 or 13K. So I know everybody has their own Bitcoin strategies and all of that. So it's no different than investing in a stock or gold. You know, you need to keep an eye on your investment. Make sure it's where and what you want to do with it. All right, guys. So what we're going to do, this computer is finally up and running. I just need to log into everything real quick. And then we're going to take a look. All right, we're going to take a look. We're going to jump into some college hoops. We got some NBA. Only 4 NBA games on the board today, folks. We're going to try and touch base on some NBA if we have some time. College hoops in depth. For instance, guys, you know, my personal plays, I've got all college today. All college today. I've won 7 straight college hoops games. And I got a feeling after today it's going to be 11-0. I got that big feeling we'll be 11-0 on college hoops when it's all said and done after today. And get another big win. Skip, I do invest. I'm very diversified as far as my portfolio goes. Do I have stocks? Yeah, I do. Marcus, good morning. I know I didn't hear what DraftKings did yesterday. I don't have the option to use DraftKings because they're not here in Vegas, and they make it illegal for us to use them. So, you know, I can't even open up an account with them. But I didn't hear. So we're gonna take a look at some college hoops and a lot of college hoops because it's gonna be a money making day, and I want you guys to be successful. Speaking of being successful in money making days, guys, don't forget this Saturday UFC baby, UFC 245. It's going to be a fantastic day in the UFC. FC's working hard, and he's actually loving life because he doesn't have to travel this weekend. He gets to sleep in his own bed. Greg Engel, good morning, sir. 4 NBA games on the board. We're going to try and touch base on those here in a little bit. You got the Wizards and the Hornets and the Nuggets and the 76ers, which we put out a free play on yesterday. And if you guys watch that video, compare it to the opening line to where it's at now. There's a reason why I put out that play early. And we absolutely took advantage of that line. It's already up 2 points in some. I actually see that line is up to 209 at the D Casino and CG Technologies, and we had a 3-point jump start on it because we put it out early. So when we put out a video, you definitely want to pay attention to it and try and bet it as soon as possible because the reason, unless I tell you to, wait, we put out a bet, and I even said in the video, did it because, we've got to jump on the line. So yesterday we put out a game, and that total's already moved, over 3 points against the way we put it out. So being sharp or clever, whichever way you want to call it, is beating the closing line continuously. And we'll do that. We'll do that. And I think it's going to be a winner today. Let the public go and bet the opposite way. And we'll continue to hammer it. we'll continue to hammer it. Let the public or the sharps, they can bet whichever direction they want. I could care less. So I got a winner. I got a winner. So we're going to jump into the college hoops for you guys and see what we can't uncover there and see what kind of damage we can do to your book. Let me move this stuff over real quick. Make a little room for this. Good morning, William. Tuning in via text message. I mean, there's some really, really, really juicy games in college hoops today, and then there's some games that might throw you for a curveball. All right, there's some games that might throw you for a curveball. Presbyterian, St. Francis, Albany, Boston College, Chopin State, Davidson, Stony Brook, Hofstra, and then there's Maryland and Penn State. All right, then there's Maryland, Penn State, St. Joe's, Temple, Louisville, Texas Tech, Detroit, Notre Dame, Tennessee State, Little Rock, Green Bay, UCF, Monmouth, and Princeton. Princeton, a one-win team. Can they beat the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference team of Monmouth? Probably. Milwaukee and Kansas. Kansas laying like 26 points today. Indiana and Connecticut. I mean, there's a full slate of games. And it's definitely going to be a good time. Hold on one second, guys. Hello. I'm good. I already got great insurance with Esurance, but thank you, though. Thank you. Insurance companies resorting to cold calling tactics now. Nevada, BYU, there's a great game. Northern Iowa, Colorado. I mean, there's a full slate of competitive games today. South Dakota State, Colorado State, Butler and Baylor will probably be, one of the marquee matchups. That'll be an ESPN2 game there for you. I just saved 15% with Geico, and then I switched to Esurance and saved another 30%. The Indiana-Connecticut game, Mark, we can definitely take a look at that one. We can definitely take a look at the Indiana and Connecticut game. That we can do. That we can do for you. That we can do for you. What I'll do is let me pop up some live lines here, and then we'll start the breakdown. And we can actually start with that one for you if you want. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Indiana laying 1.5. UConn catching 1.5 at home. And we can do that one. We could roll right into that one. And we'll do that. And guys, and if you haven't already done so, if you're new to our channel, first of all, if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you don't miss a beat. All right, we go live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Okay. Now, we'll see about 365. Christmas, it's all about my little one and the missus. I love spoiling everybody for Christmas. So you guys may not get me on Christmas Day, but you may get me for a quick 10 minutes. But we go live 7 days a week, guys, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. So what does that mean? We'll be live again tomorrow, same time, same place. And I'll be on time tomorrow, guys. I was a little late today getting everything done, but big slate of games. And wanted to make sure they got out to beat some line movements. And obviously taking care of my clients is the most important thing. So we go live 7 days a week, guys. So if you ever miss a live show, they're always archived. I know I got a frozen screen, so I'll fix that. Never deleted. So if you miss a live show, feel free to watch the archive version. We post the free plays in them as well. Every show you'll get free plays, as well as some game day breakdowns and a lot of great information. So hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and help us build the brand. Help us build the brand awareness. Share the video, hit that share button, and as Mark said, smash that thumbs up button, guys. It helps us get the video trending on YouTube with user interactions from you guys. So if you appreciate all the hard work that we do to bring you guys the free content 7 days a week, 365 days a year, do us a favor. Give us a big thumbs up in the video. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work. We certainly do. And it's always, definitely good to, try and help get the video trending, because the bigger we build the live shows, the bigger we build the subscriber base, the more outside participation we get from people like Five Dimes that actually paid us to be a presenting sponsor. And which every UFC event, we give away a free UFC fight pick. We gave away Bryce Mitchell, Thug Nasty, plus 100 even money to win a unit this last Saturday at UFC Fight Night. And that was a winner. That was all courtesy of Five Dimes, because they jumped on board. They allowed us to do more things. So the bigger we build it, the more we'll be able to do for you guys, absolutely free. And that's the name of the game. And there's so many things that I've been trying to get to be able to do, and it's all in steps and progressions of the master plan of how we build the channel and the brand. So make sure you guys go give our friends over at Five Dimes some love. That's why I said if you're ever going to open up an account there, always make sure you click the link. Always make sure you click the link that we provide. That way they can track who comes from the live show and who comes from us, versus somebody that just walked in off the street. That way they come back. Because I'll be honest, we lose Five Dimes, we're going to take away that free UFC fight pick on every single UFC card. So and we've made a shit ton of money with those free UFC fight picks for you guys. So make sure you go give them some love, and also hit that subscribe button. Hold on one second, guys. Thank you, Mr. Burns. I appreciate that nice message you just sent me. And as a test to, do we take care of our clients? Mr. Burns signed up with me during a disaster run. I had a very, very, very bad run back in October. And it took us, we survived the month of October, but we were down big. It took November and then the first part of December to get ahead. That's why it's always, it's not a sprint, to the finish line. It's just a slow, methodical process of being consistent. Yeah, we could have fired and went big on a couple games, but if you choose the wrong games, you're down even more, and then you're down in the hole. And if you stick with the system and you bet with the system, even if you have a disaster month, it may take you a month, or it may take you 45 days to get back ahead into the green. And it doesn't matter if it takes me 3 days to get you guys ahead, or 45 days in his case. I'll get everybody ahead, and that just shows that somebody can win long term. Because I promise you, there's people that are out there burying people, and they just continuously bury people. They may get on social media and hype up that they had a couple good days, but it's what somebody can do long term. Long term success. So Mr. Burns and everybody else that signed up during that bad run, we've got you back in the green, so congratulations, and thanks for sticking with me and allowing me to right our wrong month with consistent winners over the last month and a half to take care of our clients. And I promise you, there's nobody else in the industry that would do that. There's nobody else in the industry that would do that. So it's something that I do. It's something that I do to always take care of my clients. All right. What we're going to do Now we're going to touch base on the Indiana and UConn game. Out a request for Mark. We're going to touch base on that one. Go Up Gucci says, I gave out Washington plus 13 for dog of the day on Sunday. Only posted that in Kyle's chat for the viewers. Hope all tailed that. Thanks for posting that. I must have missed it. I didn't see it, but I'm sure some did. Shane, what's going on, sir? So game 629, 630, guys. Indiana, UConn. Indiana opened up as a 1.5 point favorite. They're still hovering around 1.5. I do see 2 at a couple spots. Total over and under 139.5. It's still hovering right around there. Taking a look at 5 dimes. Guys, they've got the line minus 1.5 or plus 1.5, minus $1.10, as well as the total is up to 140 on 5 dimes. Oh, man. 1 second, folks. Little water retention today. It's always nice that Rolex has got the little extra adjustment clip for the 1/8 inch of room on your wrist when your watch is a little tight. All right, so back to this game, guys, and we're going to dive in depth for you guys. Okay, first of all, Connecticut, UConn 6-2. Dan Hurley has his Huskies rolling after losing to Xavier back on November 22nd. They've rattled off 3 straight wins, beating Miami of Florida, slaughtering them by 25. But let's start, the beginning of the year. They had a gimme win over Sacred Heart. They lost to St. Joseph's. They lost to St. Joe's, guys, by 9 points, which was actually a very impressive win to start the year off of St. Joe's. They lost at home. They came back. They beat Florida at home. They narrowly beat Florida, a very narrow victory. They beat them by 3. They beat Buffalo by 11, and it was boom. They ran into Xavier. They lost to Xavier, and not just overtime, but double overtime. Xavier put them away, winning by 1 in double OT. In a close game, neutral site tournament game. They came back the next day. They beat Miami of Florida, smashed them by 25, like I said. And then they rattled off a 20.4 victory over Maine, as well as an 18-point victory over Iona last Wednesday. Here they are, neutral site game, guys. And for everybody that doesn't know, this is the Jimmy V Classic, Madison Square Garden game, neutral site game for both teams. Taking a look at Indiana, guys, Archie Miller, he's got his Hoosiers off to an 8-1 start. They're looking for a bounce back. They're coming off of a loss on, last Saturday. They lost by 20 to Wisconsin. Wisconsin absolutely blew them out of the water, 84-64. It wasn't even close. That was their first Big Ten Conference game of the year, and they ran into old Wisconsin. All right, Archie Miller definitely going to try and get his team back on track. Like I said, they rattled off 8 straight wins: Western Illinois, Portland State, North Alabama, Troy, Princeton, which was a gimme game, Louisiana Tech, South Dakota, and Florida State. So as far as, testing, capabilities of Indiana being tested, they really haven't been tested with the exception of Wisconsin, who beat them. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second, but I was answering a question regarding 5 dimes. So Indiana, as far as I'm concerned, untested, with the exception of their one tough competition in Wisconsin, who beat them. And not just beat them, but smashed them. Connecticut got into a big battle with Xavier, went to double OT. They lost by a point. They had a big game against Miami. And Miami, Miami's not the same Miami Hurricane, college hoops team that we're used to. But they're definitely, a capable team to give somebody like Connecticut some trouble. They got rid of Florida in a close battle there. Low-scoring close battle, 121 points. They beat them 62-59. Andre says, finally locked in that soccer pick. Good luck, everybody. Good. Glad you got on that soccer pick as well. And it starts in an hour and 10 minutes, excuse me. And we should have a nice winner. Connecticut guys, they're going to want, Josh Carlton to make sure he's, stays off the bench and gets that playing time. And he's not a kid that, picks up a lot of fouls, at least the last 3 games. He's been in the high 20s, 29 minutes twice, 25. In his game against Xavier, they definitely wanted him to play more. He ended up fouling out with 27 minutes and 10 points. But coming off their last game against Iona, he had 29 minutes, 20 points. 19 points. He put up 19 points. He went 8 of 13 from shooting. And he went 3 of 6 from the free throw line. This is the big man, all right? This is their big man who's going to be the key to defending their glass as well as getting the rebounds both offensively and defensively. He put up 12 boards. 12 rebounds in their game against Iona. He had 7 defensive rebounds and 5 on the offensive glass. 4 block shots, and only was limited to 1 foul, which was great. Aaron, you got it at 5 dimes and Bovada at minus 130. Nice. Aaron, did you have to get it on the Sports Betting Prime, or did you find it on, or did they put it up on 5 dimes out of curiosity? I say I didn't see it on 5 dimes. I had to get on 5 dimes, but under Sports Betting Prime, which is what I think everybody should have had to do on 5 dimes. A little tutorial that I posted. So, again, the keys to the game for Connecticut in this situation is going to be keeping their players on the court, keeping their starting 5. Taking a look at both teams side by side. Connecticut, Indiana. And again, guys, for everybody that doesn't know, neutral site game, Madison Square Garden. Hold on one second. Taking a look at both teams side by side. Take a look at UConn's offense and Indiana's offense. Both of them are going to be pretty stout on offense. Both can shoot the ball exceptionally well. One excels a little more down low in converting all their 2-point plays, and we're going to discuss that. But when you take a look at the defensive side of things, both of these teams are nearly identical on defense. That's the way the bookmakers see it as well. Remember, we use Stats LLC for all of our stats, so everything the bookmakers see, we see when it comes to generating the line, the same stats that they have access to. We pay the big fees so that we have access to it. So that's why this is a 1.5 point line. There's obviously no advantage for home, for Indiana being the home team on a neutral site, court. So take that aspect out of it. As far as offense, Indiana's got a slightly better offense. We got them come in ranked 20th to Connecticut's 64th ranked offense when it's on defense. Indiana's got the slight disadvantage on defense. Not much. I mean, slight, minuscule. All right, minuscule. We've got them ranked 56 on defense to UConn's 46. So defense, offense, both very similar numbers. Both are, shooting 3-pointers roughly the same, free throws the same, and we're going to break that down. UConn from the field only 47.2%. That's one place that they've been struggling at is converting their field goals and putting the ball in the hoop. Mark, thank you. I appreciate that for telling Steven. Steven, just rewind to the 37-minute mark. For a tutorial on how to bet it on 5 dimes. We did a little tutorial with screenshots on how to bet the soccer play because you won't find it just listed under soccer if you're using 5 dimes. Indiana hitting 56.1% from the field. Both are turning over the ball, nearly the same amount of the time, 16.5% of the time for Connecticut versus 19 for Indiana. Knocking down the 3 ball, similar numbers, 36.1% of the time for Indiana hitting a 3 and converting. Out deep to Connecticut, 34.3. They're both above the Division I average when it comes to knocking down the 3 ball. But one place that Indiana on offense excels is knocking down all their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. Indiana converting 56.9% to UConn's 45. Division One average, so you could reference, is 49%. 49%. I mean, UConn coming in 4% below that. They've been struggling. They've been struggling shooting the ball, and it showed in some of their games where they had a big defensive matchup. Most notably, where did it go? Most notably in their games against St. Joseph as well as Xavier. They didn't shoot the best against Xavier. Again, more side-by-side comparison. When they get to the free throw line, Connecticut knocking down 73.9% of all their shots from the charity stripe. Indiana coming in at 70.4, so 3.5% advantage, not much of a difference. All right, but overall rankings, it is. UConn's the 71st best free throw shooting team to Indiana 162. So on paper it looks huge, but when you actually dissect the numbers, not much of a difference. But one thing that you have to take into consideration if you want to see just how much free throws will play into consideration with UConn being the better free throw shooting team, UConn only relies on 21.6% of their overall points to be from the free throw line, whereas Indiana relies on 25.1% of their total points to come from the free throw line. Indiana may be the better three-ball shooting team. They just don't take a lot of threes. They only rely on 21.2% of all their points to come from out deep, whereas UConn's relying on over 28% of their points. So, Indiana may be the lesser of the two when it comes to knocking down free throws, but they rely on it a lot more. They rely on it for an extra 5% of their total points, which in college basketball, and you got an average of 60 or 65 points on average per game, or even 70. 5% is not a big difference. Randy, see what's going on, buddy? How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Taking a look at how both teams play, there is a height advantage for the kids coming out of Indiana by overall about an inch height. They've got a big man, Joey Brunk, 6'11 junior, 245 pounds. Trice Jackson Davis, the 6'9" freshman, 6'9", 245. This kid is a power forward. This kid is, not only is he tall, but he's already 245. And what is he, 19, 18 years old? Justin Smith, their 6'7" junior, 6'4" Armin Franklin. So they've got a big team. Hell, even their starting point guard, Devontae Green, 6'3", and I think the Division I average is 6 foot or 5'11", believe it or not. So taking a look at Connecticut, they've got about an inch height advantage on average per player. Obviously, Joey Carlton will be going up against old Joey Brunk. So Josh Carlton. So battle of the big man. Both are going to be not going to be able to muscle each other around too much. But hey, that 6'11" junior from Indiana, he outweighs him by over 20 pounds. So definitely going to be a good game down low. And down low, UConn struggled. UConn has struggled down low in converting their 2-point plays. I see this one. I don't have $1 on this game. And playing with 2 fouls. Both coaches allow their players to play nearly 30% of the time. Both Dan Hurley, the coach of the Huskies, as well as Archie Miller, the coach for the Hoosiers, both allow their players to play for nearly 30% of the remaining minutes available in the first half into the second half with 2 fouls. So he'll trust his players not to make a big mistake and pick up that early third foul. So as far as this one goes, game 629, 630, the one thing that I lean on is Connecticut's experience. I think I could tell you, what we have the line, and I don't necessarily agree with this one, but we actually have the line Indiana winning 73-70, which obviously puts it over the total of 140. So I could see it being a scoring affair and getting close to that 140 mark. I think it gets closer to where the bookmakers keep it right around 140 than it does 143. I don't see it going sky high or sky high over, but the one aspect that I like is I like that Connecticut, the line's going to 2. Again, I don't have $1 on this game, But I do lean towards, myself personally, I lean towards Connecticut on this one. I lean towards Connecticut, and I lean towards their dogfight battles, or their battles down low. And they've been in some tough nitty gritty games. And Wisconsin coming off their loss, neutral site game, Indiana coming off their loss to Wisconsin. They primarily haven't been tested. And when they did get tested, they lost. Other than that, their games have all been blowouts for the most part, other than an 11-point victory over Portland State. And their big statement win was a 16-point win over Florida State. All right, that was their big statement win. Was a big win over Florida State, who's 8-2, with losses to Pittsburgh and Indiana. Florida State's a good team. So other than that, other than Indiana, with a win over Florida State, they got dominated by Wisconsin, absolutely dominated by Wisconsin. But the one thing that I like about Connecticut, even though, they're sitting with 2 losses and one of them was to St. Joseph's, was that double overtime battle, against Xavier. They showed a lot of, lot of grit and a lot of, faced a lot of adversity in that game. They didn't come out with the win. They lost by 1, but they took it to double overtime and didn't give up. They battle tested. They're battle tested against Florida, 3-point victory on a home court win back in the middle of November. Same thing with Miami, blowing out Miami, and then they're just rolling. Dan Hurley's got his Huskies in a good spot, and after this they get St. Peter's, New Hampshire, NJIT, and Cincinnati. So when they open up their conference play, so they've got another 3 weeks before they open up conference play. So in this one, I'm going to take the already battle-tested Huskies in this one. So as far as the lean goes, I don't have a dollar on the game. It may change, come game time. It may change come game time. This is a 9 p.m. Eastern time game. It'll be on ESPN. So it's a little bit later of a game. And but I do lean towards UConn plus. I know they're plus 1.5 right now on 5 dimes, and it's moving towards 2. So if you're waiting on UConn, I would probably wait to bet it because I expect them to move towards 2. Public is all over that 8-1 Indiana, as well as some sharps, and they should move the line up. And I don't care where anybody bets. I'll bet against anybody any single given day. All I care about is where I'm going to put my money. And even if Connecticut was the favorite team here, laying 1, which I think they should be the favorite team. I think they should be favored laying 1 or 1.5. I think the line's the exact opposite of where it should be. And there's reverse line movement. Line opened up at 2.5, and 72% of the money coming in is on Indiana. So I'd hang tight to see if you can get that line back to 2 later on today. Closer to game time, I think there'll be a lot more money coming in on Indiana, and they'll shift that line. So, but I do lean towards UConn plus the 2, if not more. Meaning the line going higher. So, but this one I would probably wait until closer to tip-off to bet if I was betting it. If you're betting on UConn, if you're betting on Indiana, I'd bet now because I don't think you'll get a better line than you do now. Go up, Gucci. Can you break down the Penn State-Maryland game? Yeah, we can touch that game. I have a personal play on that game, so I don't know if I'll give you a side on that one. Not right away anyways. Maybe I'll make it a free play. I don't know, but I'll definitely break it down, give you guys an unbiased breakdown, and let you guys, see what I see. Let you guys hear and relay what I have. But I'll definitely go over it for you. We can do that one now. It's actually number 1 on the board for thrill factor for everybody today. ESPN 2 game, guys. University Park, Pennsylvania. Coming in at a 7 p.m. Eastern time game. Bryce Jordan Center. All right, guys. Pat Chambers got his Nittany Lions at home. They have not suffered a home loss yet, just so you guys know. Penn State has not lost at home. They've played at home 5 times. They're 5-0 at home, with home victories over Maryland, Eastern Shores, Wagner, Bucknell, Yale, and most recently Wake Forest before they went on the road and got dominated by Ohio State. Ohio State putting the beat down on them, 106-74. 180 points scored in that game. And Penn State 0-1 in conference play. Excuse me, 0-1 in conference play. And well, I like that text message, William. Maryland guys 10-0 on the year. Mark Turgeon, he's got his Terrapins absolutely rolling, and they're 1-0 in conference play, coming off a big win over Illinois, a big 1-point victory in a game where we saw 117 total points. They beat them 59-58. Super low scoring affair there. And they rattled off wins. Maryland's rattled off wins over Holy Cross, Rhode Island, Oakland, Fairfield, George Mason. They beat by 25. Temple was a close game. They ended up pulling away, beating them by 7. Harvard, they beat them by 7. Marquette, they beat by 11. Notre Dame, they beat by 21. And then obviously the Illini of Illinois, 59-58 last Saturday. Battle tested. They've had some tough competition. And most notably, Illinois, Marquette. Believe it or not, Harvard gave them a run for their money as well. And their big competition, their battle testing for Maryland is gonna come, in 9 days when they play Seton Hall in a non-conference road game, and then they come back and they open up this will be their second conference game against Penn State, but they get a couple weeks off, and then January 4th, they come home for some conference play against Indiana and Ohio State. So Maryland's big test is going to come in about 3.5-4 weeks, about a month from now, a little less than a month from now. We'll see 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. We'll just see how tough Maryland is once they get to play Seton Hall, Ohio State, and Iowa. Joe Joyner, watching your mug on my smart TV and getting a little delay on my phone. Sorry about that. I'm assuming you mean that you're listening on your phone and watching on your TV. Then I would imagine there'd be a device-to-device delay. But I don't know. I don't get to watch myself. So only when you guys tell me the screen is frozen. So when you're comparing both of these two teams side by side, let's look at the numbers, folks, because first of all, let's pop up the line on this game. I know this game's got a lot of people confused on it. Penn State, Maryland, pick them right now, okay? Minus $1.10 on the money line, total 142. Taking a look at 5 dimes and seeing what they have. They have it as a pick 'em, minus $1.10, money line minus $1.10. Over and under is actually down on 5 dimes to 141. All right, they actually have the team total at 70.5. Taking a look at the first half line on this game, they actually have it Penn State plus a half, Maryland minus a half, minus $1.22 on the money line, first half line. Over and under 33 for both of these two teams. The first 10-minute line, as a matter of fact, you could actually bet this one, you could actually bet on 5 dimes. The side, the money line, as well as the total points and the team total for the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and the first 15 minutes, as well as the first half. So very interesting. You could actually get Maryland or Penn State over 7.5 points total each in the first 5 minutes. So assuming they both put up a bucket every minute and they don't miss other than one, you'd be good. But we're going to take a look at that. Maybe we'll find some juice in there once we break down the game and see how both teams are going to compare side by side offensively as well as defensively. All right, because there's no doubt about it, both of these two teams. Let's start on the defensive side of things. All right, we actually have Penn State ranked with the 12th best defense in all of Division I. okay, as far as adjusted efficiency goes. That takes into consideration every category, both offensively and defensively, when we give a score and a ranking on, a team on offense as well as on defense. But we actually have Maryland coming in with, Maryland with the 12th best defense in Division One. Penn State coming in at 27. So not much separating both of these two teams on defense. Both struggle to defend a three. Believe it or not, both are not great at defending the three, but they're both great down low. Both teams great down low, and a lot of that big man, Mike Watkins down below. 6'9" center, the senior, as well as Lamar Stevens for Penn State. Not big men down low, all right? Penn State is not going to be a big team. It's actually a pick'em now, Matt. Actually a pick'em. And, Jalen Smith, the center for Maryland, the 6'10" sophomore, and Dante Scott, the 6'7" freshman. These two teams, both of these two teams, side by side, defending a two ball, excellent down low. All right, so offense and defensively, we've got some big numbers here. Now, offensively, Penn State, we got them coming in ranked 40th in Division One with adjusted efficiency of 108.2, and Maryland coming in with the 13th best offense in Division One as far as adjusted efficiency goes, and that's also when we do it, we actually factor in strength of opponent as well. Both teams are fast-paced. Penn State using just 15.9 seconds for every average offensive possession. Maryland 16.4 as well. So both of these two teams, averaging a couple trips up and down the court a minute, fast-paced teams. Maryland knocking down just 49.6% from the field. Penn State 51.6%. When it comes to the three ball shooting, Maryland struggles from out deep so far. They may have the 13th best offense, but we actually have them ranked 255th when it comes to knocking down the three ball. They're only hitting 30.4%. And believe it or not, they're way below the Division I average of 33% converting on threes. Both teams are actually below the Division I average. Penn State hitting just 31.8% of all their three balls. And both teams not good at defending the three either. Alex, good morning. Now the 2-point plays, both teams excellent at not only defending down low, but as well as converting down low on offense. Maryland hitting 52.3% from down low, 54.4% for Penn State. Now when Maryland's on defense, they're actually holding teams to just 39.9% success rate of all their 2-point shots, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. And Maryland, Penn State, no slouch either when it comes to defense and defending the two ball. They're holding teams to just 42.9% as well. Now, free throw shooting, there's no denying Maryland is the better free throw shooting team, but they're just not there. They're not the an elite free throw shooting team from the charity stripe. They're just hitting 70.3%, which is barely 0.5% above the Division I average. And Penn State coming in 2.7% below the Division I average at 67.2%. Penn State, they're not reliable or relying on the free throw for very much, just 17.9% to the 21% for Maryland from the free throw line. Now, both of these two teams do rely on a third of their points to come from out deep, and they struggle from out deep. They both struggle. They're both hitting less than Division I average, yet they're relying on over 30% of their total points on average from every game to be from out deep. So interesting number there for point distribution totals. Now, both have no problem moving to the bench. Maryland will move to the bench for roughly 27% of the available minutes, 33.4 for Penn State. When it comes to experience, obviously Penn State has the bigger experience. Height advantage, there's a small height advantage on average for Maryland, a little over a half inch on average. Now, 2 foul participation, Maryland ain't going to have it, all right? They do a little bit, not much, all right, not much. Mark Turgeon, the coach of the Terrapins, guys, he'll only allow his players to play, roughly 18% of any available remaining minutes in the first half into the second, when they pick up that second foul. Whereas, Penn State's number, guys, Pat Chambers, he's got his team, and allowing them to play into the low 30s, 33.4% of the time. Hold on one second. I was trying to get the game day breakdown that we've got that we're actually working with on the screen for everybody. So Penn State will allow Pat Chambers will allow his players to play with 2 fouls for nearly 35% of the available minutes. So if Mike Watkins or Miles Dredd, the 6'4" sophomore, if he picks up 2 fouls early, let's just say at the 10-minute mark of the first half, he's going to allow him to play for roughly 3.5 minutes of that remaining 10 for what's left, or more if it's picks him up earlier. So one of his players gets in foul trouble, he's going to entrust in them to not pick up their 3rd foul. And obviously, their most frequent lineup, over the last 5 games, is obviously their starting lineup, and it's one that Pat Chambers prefer. He prefers to have Jamari Wheeler at the point guard position, Myron Jones, Miles Dredd, Lamar Stevens, and then Mike Watkins. And he's not a big man for the big man. He's only 6'9", but this kid, I mean, he's big on girth, but he ain't on length. All right, he's 6'9", 257 pounds. Most of the time we see a 6'11", 245er, and here he is coming in at 257 as written weight. But I was told his play weight, his daily weight is roughly in the mid 260s. This is a big kid, strength wise and weight wise, and where he lacks up height, you ain't gonna be able to muscle him around very easily. As far as the side on this game goes, guys, I do have a personal play on this one, but as far as the total goes, being set over and under 140. One thing that I do, I try and take a look at both teams and what they're trending, and how they're playing against comparable and like-minded teams. And you take a look at Penn State. Obviously, they had a super high-scoring game against Ohio State where they got blown out on. They gave up 106 to Ohio State. Before that, they held Wake Forest to 54 points. They held Syracuse to 64. They gave up 74 in their loss to Mississippi. They gave up 70 to Bucknell. This is a team, Penn State, defense that can give up a lot of points. It's just it's going to be one of those things. I mean, they've got one of the top-ranked defenses in the league. Same thing with Maryland, but both are no slouches on offense and have some of the one of the best offensive programs on offense in Division I as well. So obviously you've got offense and you've got defense capabilities on both. One of them's going to go. And at least on Maryland's side, on Penn State's side, when you're taking a look at the likes of some of the caliber teams that they played, giving up 64 to Wagner, 66 to Georgetown. Okay, they beat them 81-66, but they gave up 66. They gave up 64 to the likes of Wagner, even though they put up 91 on them. Same thing against Bucknell. They let Bucknell put up 70 points on them. Penn State, they beat them by a landmine. They beat them 98-70. The fact is that they allowed Bucknell to put up 70 points on their top-ranked defense. So as far as the total on this one, you take a look at Maryland's side and you try and see what Maryland's been giving up against some weaker opponents. They gave up 73 to Harvard, 69 to Temple, 63 to George Mason. They were able to hold Oakland. This is a game that the way Maryland played. This is when Maryland plays a subpar team. It should be 80-50. There should be no reason why the likes of Maryland or Penn State with their top-ranked defenses. Maryland, remember, guys, we have them at 12th, and Penn State coming in at 27th as far as best in Division I on defense. And they shouldn't be giving up big numbers to subpar teams. Maryland's shown that they don't. Maryland gives up 55 to Fairfield, 63 to George Mason. They have a huge competition in Marquette. They give up 63. They held Marquette to 63. Against the Illini, they gave up 58. So, this is definitely going to be a good matchup. I can see this one going back and forth. But as far as this one goes specifically, like I said, on the side, I've got to play on it on my personal plays. As far as the total goes on this one, I think 141 is right around where it's going to be. Right around where it's going to be. right around where the final number is. But I think it goes over. I think it goes over, by 3 or 4 buckets. And then for this one, and for that, if I was going to bet the total, which I have a play on the side, and it's actually a big play of mine. But as far as the total goes, I lean towards the over on it. I lean towards the over on this one, the over 141, and if you can get it lower than that, even better. I've seen it at 140 and a half. And matter of fact, 5 Dimes has it at 140 and a half minus $1.16. So they're right in the middle of that line. So, but one thing that I do like on this one is there is a first 5-minute team total that you can bet on 5 Dimes. And I'll see if I can screenshot it and show it to you guys. Actually, I want to highlight it. See if I can highlight it. Actually, let me put let me do it this way. That way you guys could actually see what I'm referring to. I think there's value, and I think there's some money in this first 5 team total. I think there's some money to be made, but I instantly lean towards it right away. I mean, right off the bat, I do like it, and I'm going to show it to you guys right here. Here it is right here, guys. You guys could actually see it. Maryland, Penn State. This is down under the first half. You look down under the first half. Maryland, Penn State, first 5 minutes. You guys know I've been killing these props. This one will be one that I bet a little bit later. Over 7.5 minus 125. Over 7.5 minus 125. So I think there's some tremendous value in that, and I think they come out and convert. I think they come out and convert right away. Let me move back to my live chat window here. Joe says I know you said you bet Fordham over 128 easy money. Congrats. With your 130. Doesn't matter if it's close or a blowout, as long as you win. Matt, we actually factor in our rankings, we actually factor in their strength of opponent, believe it or not. So we're going to move right along into another game day breakdown. For anybody in the Jersey City, New Jersey area, I guess there is a shootout with some police. I know at Bodego, an officer is shot. So if you're in that neighborhood, be careful. At one of the Jewish supermarkets. So be careful if you're in that neck of the woods. Thanks, William, for that update. Joe, it wasn't easy. Now, hey, sometimes they don't come easy. But hey, as long as they convert, that's all that matters. All right, guys, we're going to move right along. We're going to do another one. We're going to do Nevada at BYU for you guys. Nevada at BYU. Should be another great game. This will be another ESPN University taking place at the Marriott Center in Provo, Utah. First of all, the Marriott Center, guys, Provo, Utah. It's a pretty big place. All right, it's the 10th biggest arena in Division One. Holds 18,987 screaming BYU Cougar fans. It does come in with a very high home court advantage ranking of 3.9, which actually makes the Marriott Center the 40th toughest place to play in Division One. So right off the bat, give a 2.5 point advantage on the line to BYU. Okay, right off the bat for the home court advantage. When you take a look at the line, the opening line, guys, sitting at 7.5. Actually, hold on one second. Opening line at 7.5. It's sitting at 8. If this was a neutral site game, it'd probably be BYU laying 5 or laying 4.5 on a neutral site game. Taking a look at 5 Dimes and what they have as far as their line on this game. This is making me log back in, so let me log back in real quick. 34 minutes. 34 minutes before go time for our soccer pick, which I can't wait for. Taking a look at this game, guys, Nevada and BYU 6-17, 6-18 on 5 Dimes. BYU laying 8 on 5 Dimes, total over and under 153.5. I see 154 at MGM and Mirage Property, so this is going to be another one of your big totals. Potential of a high-scoring game. Don't forget, guys, a lot of you remember Nevada of last year. All right, Nevada of last year. Don't forget the Martin twins are no longer with Nevada. Cody Martin was selected at number 36 in the draft, okay? And they actually signed his brother as well, all right, to a rookie deal. So the twins out of Nevada, the Martin twins, they're no longer in Nevada. So I know a lot of people do remember that out of just talking and thinking that they're still the same Mountain West team. All right, they're definitely not the same as they were last year. Got this one coming up on the screen as well. Letting everybody know what we're breaking down, what we're talking about. Nevada +8, BYU laying 8 over and under 153.5. High-scoring affair potentially happening up there in Provo, Utah. D-Rob, the whole team gone. Absolutely. Absolutely, the whole team's gone. Pretty much. They got a great head coach. My personal opinion, they have a great head coach. Taking a look at, both of these two teams. First, let's start with the Wolfpack. All right, guys, for everybody that does know, that is Nevada. Hold on one second. Crazy. Thanks, William, for that update. Can Nevada put up points? Absolutely. They can definitely put up points against subpar teams. Steve Alford did definitely. Same thing, Andre. One of my favorite coaches in college hoops. No doubt about it. He's a game changer for any program. UCLA for years before that, New Mexico, Iowa, where he started out. I actually started out at Southwest Missouri State as an assistant, but that was his first head coaching gig. But here he is, moving on from UCLA to the Wolfpack, where he says he's here to stay for quite some time. He's probably happy to be out of LA at UCLA. I mean, yeah, the spotlight of the Bruins and their big program, but he had the Ball brothers, the Ball dad, and all of that drama as well. So he's probably happy to be out of all of that. Taking a look at the Wolfpack, guys, they're 7-3 on the year. Opened up with a loss to Utah, 79-74. They came back to beat Loyola Marymount, who generally plays the Wolfpack and other West Coast teams pretty tough. They beat them by 5 in a close-scoring game, 72-67. They beat UT Arlington 80-73. They came back. They had 2 losses, one at home to my Trojans. They lost to USC 76-66. So Steve Alford losing again to the Trojans. Trojans have his number. They lost to Davidson. They lost by 20 to Davidson, guys. Nevada lost by 20 to Davidson. All right. Yes, they rattled off 5 straight victories after that. 3 of them were neutral site games, 1 home and 1 away. They rattled off Fordham. They beat up Valparaiso, which you guys know I love betting on. They actually beat them 84-59. They beat up Bowling Green by 15. They came back. They beat up Santa Clara by 21. And they beat Air Force by 15. These are all teams that they should have blown out. All right. They're 1-0 in conference play in the Mountain West with their victory, their road victory over Air Force. Here they are, non-conference game against BYU, guys. And when you're taking a look at BYU, first of all, you're going to find out the Cougars are no slouch, all right? They may be a 7-4 team. Exactly, Matt. Nobody has had success at UCLA. They're not the recruiting program that they used to be, back in the 90s and even before that, even early 2000s. You may take a look at BYU from the outside and you say 7-4. And you take a look at them, and you're like the Cougars. 7-4. Okay, yeah, okay, Yep, I'm rolling with Nevada. Right off the get-go, I think you make a mistake if you judge the book by their cover. All right, first of all, Nevada lost to Utah 79-74. Both teams have lost to Utah. BYU took them on the road. All right, BYU took them on the road, whereas Nevada lost at home. Granted, it was the first game of the season, so throw out those first game jitters. But BYU lost on the road to Utah. Obviously, not a big road game, super high-scoring game. It did go to overtime. 2 of their 4 losses were in overtime. One to Boise State, another Mountain West team that's no slouch, as well as Utah 102-95. Taking a look, at what they've done against other Mountain West programs, what BYU has done against other Mountain West programs, instantly UNLV. UNLV is not what they used to. I actually know the head coach of the Running Rebels. I know his brother exceptionally well, and I know the coach as well. But beating up on the Running Rebels, they slaughtered them by 33, guys. All right. As far as UNLV and Nevada, they usually play pretty competitive against each other. All right, and they'll play competitive against each other later on in the season as well when they meet in conference play. They had a couple gimme games. Against Southern Utah to start the year that they struggled with. BYU struggled. Southern Utah plays the other schools in Utah. They're in-state schools. They play them tough. Cal State Fullerton, which generally plays like Loyola Marymount, West Coast teams, pretty tough. They beat them by 18 to start the year. They lost to San Diego State 76-71. But guys, San Diego State's a 10-0 team with wins over Iowa, Creighton, as well as BYU, who's playing today. So losing to San Diego State, I don't hold that much against them. Same thing with their 15-point loss to Kansas. They were only down by 2 at the half against Kansas. All right, I think it was 29-27, and in their game against Kansas, and then the Kansas train started rolling in the second half, and they outshot them by 13 in the second half. All right, and that first 10 minutes, Kansas came out and outshot them 19 to 8 out of the first 10 minutes of that second half. So Kansas came out and lit the world on fire. But BYU, guys, they definitely need to be on your little watch list. And it wasn't that Kansas beat them by outshooting them. They beat them on defense and defending the 3. BYU struggled in that game from out deep against Kansas, and they struggled hardcore. They went 9 of 33 from out deep. All right, they went 9 of 33 from out deep. Now Kansas didn't beat them with the 3 ball; they only put up 4 in that game themselves. All right, but where they beat them was on defense. Kansas absolutely in your face, defending the three ball against BYU. Definitely hurt him in that game. As Andre just said, the big man for BYU coming back. They got Colby Lee. They got Zach Zilgez. I can't even pronounce that kid's last name. So, as well as Childs, the senior. So they're definitely going to have all three of their big men down in the center position available to them today. And again, back to their big loss against Kansas. They lost by 15, but they beat themselves. They beat themselves. That first half, they weren't focused on the three ball. They were only down 2, and they played Kansas exceptionally well down low. They played them exceptionally well down low, and when they started trying to convert from out deep is where they struggled. 9 of 33, they shot 27%. That's what killed them. That's what killed them. If they would have went back down to their down low, he is a big piece. He is a big piece, Andre. They probably would have played Kansas a whole different avenue in the second half, unfortunately. So, you take into their big losses, San Diego State, Boise State, Kansas, and Utah. All right. As far as battle tested goes, I'm going to say BYU wins the battle test award for the fact that they may not have won all their battles, but they've been in a lot more dogfights. They've been in a lot more tougher battles going up against the likes of San Diego State, Boise State, Houston, who they already won, Kansas. They got a big win, a 13-point win over Virginia Tech, as well as their overtime loss to Utah. So they've been in some big situations already. When you compare them side by side, obviously, Nevada's got a great offense. We've got them ranked 45th in Division I on adjusted efficiency, and that takes into all categories on offense, as well as offensive rebounds, as well as what they turn over on offense. But BYU, we actually have them coming in at 22nd as far as top-ranked offenses go in Division I. When you're taking a look at defenses, we give BYU a slight edge on defense, not much. They come in 105th to 135th ranked when it comes to defense. So both of them very capable to defend the glass as well as the three ball. And none other than BYU defending the three. They're holding teams to 27.7%. All right, Nevada shoots the ball exceptionally well. They hit 55.1% of all their field goals, 56.5 for BYU. But when it comes to the three ball, Nevada hits 40.5%. 40.5% of all their three-point attempts. They're the 16th best three-point shooting team in Division I. BYU, even better than that, 41%. They come in 12th, all right? But both teams defend the three. Now, BYU lost to Kansas, hitting 27% from out deep. They're a 41% team for the entire season. That factors into that big disaster of a three-ball shooting game against Kansas. All right, BYU is an understatement when it comes to shooting the three. Both teams can, but both teams on defense exceptionally well at defending the three. BYU's holding teams to under 30% shooting from out deep. 27.7% for Nevada is what they're holding their opponents to. All right, now those 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. BYU converting 52.7% of the time compared to 50.6% for Nevada. Shooting from the free throw, both of them exceptionally well. From the free throw, 70.7% for Nevada, 73.6% for BYU. Both are averaging getting their shots blocked 6.8% of the time as well, identical number. Point distribution, both rely on at least 40% of their total points to come from out deep. Now, BYU, they're only relying on 12% of their points to come from the free throw line. They have not relied on the free throw, but when they're given the opportunity, they're gonna convert. Now, height advantage, average height advantage. There's a big height advantage for Nevada. All right, guys. Average player is over 2.5 inches taller on average for the entire team combined. Taking a look at the two foul participation, BYU guys. Mark Pope, he's not going to allow his Cougars to play. They pick up 2 fouls. They're going to sit on the bench. Childs picks up 2 fouls. They're 6'8" senior. Dalton Nixon, they're 6'7" senior forward. They pick up 2 fouls. This is a senior-led team. You're going to have 4, well, just depends. if Childs ends up starting, they've got four seniors and a junior. But if Childs comes out from the bench and Colby Lee gets the start, which he's been getting most of the starts, they'll have three seniors, a junior, and a sophomore. So a very experienced BYU program going to be going up against another senior-led program in Nevada. So both experience level, big game experience level, both teams have it right there. But again, Nevada, Steve Alford, he'll allow his players to play with 2 fouls. He definitely allows them to play. So far this year, they're getting over 28% playing minutes, playing with 2 fouls or more during the second half. During the first half, So as far as this one goes, I think from the outside, people are going to take a look at Nevada's resume and they're going to see, they're only a 3-loss program. They lost to USC Davidson and Utah. They're going to take a look at BYU and they're going to discredit BYU because they're going to see 7-4. But they're going to not dive down into the games and see that they took Utah to overtime, that game that they could have won. They were down by 2 at the half at Kansas, and they just went absolutely ice cold from 3-point land. And this is a 41% 3-point shooting team, and they shot 27% from 3-point range. So they had a chance against Kansas, and they probably would have had a much better chance had they been able to convert what they normally do from out deep. They took Boise State to overtime. Unfortunately, they lost to Boise State, and they lost to San Diego State by 2.5 buckets, by 5 points. And they've got wins over Virginia Tech, as well as Steve Alford's old program, UCLA, that they beat by 15, and battle-tested in a tough road game. Here's a big road game for you guys. They beat Houston by 1 on the road. All right, they beat Houston in a true road game on the road. They've played 3 road games. They're 2-1. 1-2, and their 2 losses on the road, all overtime games. So this is a BYU team. Not only at home but on the road, they play exceptionally well. Semi-home win against UNLV where they slaughtered them, and then here they are. They're at home against the Wolfpack, guys. Taking a look at the Wolfpack again on the road. They've played two true. There's a tongue twister right there. 2 true road games. All right, they're 1-1. They lost to Davidson by 20 on the road, and then they just beat the Mountain West opponent, Air Force, to get their first conference win, 1-0 in conference play. So they've got 3 neutral site games, but as far as on the road, Nevada's pretty much untested on the road, except for their big disaster to Davidson on the road, where they lost by 20, 91-71. They gave up 91 to Davidson. Davidson's in a quality program, but they shouldn't have put up 91 against them. Fast Freddy, I love it. I'm glad you're on it as well. And for everybody that doesn't know, if you rewind to the 37-minute mark, there's a free soccer pick as well as a tutorial on how to bet it on 5 dimes, because you won't find it on the normal betting screen. And that starts in 17 minutes. That starts in 17 minutes. So as far as this game goes, guys, I lean towards BYU. I like BYU in this situation. I may be completely wrong. I do like the coach. Obviously, actually, I love the coach at Nevada. I love Steve Alford, but I think BYU is the better battle-tested team. I think they're going to play better at home. They're going to use that extreme home court advantage to their in their back pocket. And I think BYU walks away with a win. I don't have any money on this game yet, but I'll be honest with you. I broke it down to the nitty-gritty. I spent a lot of time on this game. It's a 9 p.m. Eastern time game, and I might put some money on BYU to lay the 8. As far as the total goes on this one, I'm off of it. BYU's shown on defense the capability to hold the likes of other Mountain West schools to lower scoring. They held Boise State to 68, UNLV to 50, and for that one, I'll stay off the total, but I do lean towards BYU laying the 8 on this one. So again, I may be wrong on this one, but I don't think that I am. And if I am, I don't think I'll be off by much. All right, gonna do another one for you guys. We've actually been live for a little over 2 hours. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do another one for you guys, and then we're gonna get you guys on a free play. All right, we're gonna do one more for you guys and get you guys on a free play. We've already been live for a little over 2 hours, but this should be a good one as well. Let me adjust our breakdown screen. Give me 1 second here, and then we'll jump right into the next game day breakdown for you guys, and then we'll get you guys on a free play, and we'll put some money in your pockets. How's that sound? That sounds pretty good, right? I thought so. Give me 1 second. Almost ready. Okay, I'm ready to rock and roll. Next one, we're going to break down Northern Iowa and Colorado for you guys. I don't know where my live chat went. There it went. All right. Don't forget, guys, I've actually won 7 straight college hoops plays on my personal plays. I've got a full slate of college hoops on my personal plays today. I think we'll be 11-0 run when it's all said and done between premium plays and my personal plays. Going to be a monster day. If you guys are not on board, make sure you guys jump on board. You can pick up 3 days of premium plays or 3 days of my personal plays. For just 99 bucks. Going to be a great time. Going to be a great time for you guys there. All right, guys, so we're going to jump into this game. First of all, let's take a look at the opening number versus where it's at now. It actually opened up Colorado laying 10. It's actually down to 8.5. Total on this game opened up at 126, and the total's dropping. All right, the total is dropping. I see 124.5. I see 125. Taking a look at 5 dimes and where our friends at 5 dimes have the line. Taking a look, let's see, they actually have Colorado laying 8.5, and the total over and under 124.5 is where it sits currently. First half line on this one, they have it at Colorado laying 5 minus 310 on the money line, over and under 58 first half points, over 28.5 for the first 10. And then that's a combined score. Taking a look and diving in depth into both programs. First of all, you're going to see Colorado, guys. The Buffaloes 7-1. Tad Boyle's got his Buffaloes off to a hot start. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hello. 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 If you're watching the live show, either call me back or wait about 10 minutes and then call me after the live show. First of all, you're going to see Tad Boyle. He's got his Buffaloes guys off to a 7-1 start. They're coming off their loss to Kansas, looking for a big bounce-back win. 7 straight victories to start the year. They beat Pac-12's Arizona State. They beat the Mountain West San Diego. They beat UC Irvine. They beat Wyoming. They beat Clemson by 4 in a neutral site game. They had a game against Sacramento State, who they beat by 15. They beat Loyola Marymount by 12. And then it was, boom, first real road game. And wow, they ran into Kansas. They lost by 14. All right, first of all, you're going to take a look at the other side. You're going to see Northern Iowa, 8-1. All right, Ben Jacobson, he's got his Panthers off to a hot start. They started out the year with 6 straight victories over Old Dominion, Northern Illinois, Cal State Bakersfield, which was a super low-scoring game, Northern Colorado, Tennessee Martin, Cornell College. Then they ran into the likes of West Virginia, super low-scoring neutral site game. They ended up losing by 5, 60-55. All right, then they came back against South Carolina in a 150-point game, beat them by 6, neutral site game, and they just put up 110 on Luther, but they allowed Luther to put up 51 on them, believe it or not. Not much of a defensive game either side there, obviously, for Luther. They came in outmatched against the Panthers anyways. Taking a look at, both teams side by side and taking a look at, how are both teams on offense versus defense. First of all, Colorado's defense comes in. We have them 11th in Division I as far as adjusted efficiency goes on their defensive side of things. Northern Iowa, we have them coming in at 82nd. All right, so both teams capable of playing defense. Northern Iowa better at defending the 3-ball than Colorado is. But Colorado on defense, down low, defending all those 2-point plays. Every jump shot, layup, and dunk. No doubt about it. We're going to go over all of those numbers here. Excuse me. First of all, Iowa, much better shooting. All right, much better of a shooting program, which is actually surprising to me that Colorado comes in with a better adjusted efficiency. But remember, we actually base that based on competition of play, based on caliber of their competition. So while Colorado's not shooting as well and they're having more shots blocked, we base that on them playing a tougher competition and a tougher schedule so far. And these numbers are actually updated on a day-to-day basis. So we don't do it weekly. These numbers are actually updated overnight in our system. So we pull the stats automatically through an API through Stats LLC. It throws it into our system, and they're automatically generated every single game that each team plays. So our stats are always up to date and always current. Not the fastest of teams, but then again, not the slowest. Northern Iowa averaging just 18.8 seconds per possession. Colorado 17.2. Northern Iowa hitting 52.6% from the field, just 45.9% for Colorado, who has struggled at times converting their plays. Northern Iowa hitting 32.6% from out deep, below the Division I average. And Colorado, I almost said BYU again, and Colorado coming in just above the Division I average at 33%. It's where the 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, where Colorado's been struggling. They're hitting just 43.7% of the time. Luckily for them, Northern Iowa is not the best when it comes to defending that. They're actually holding teams to, they're better than the average. They're holding teams to 46.3% shooting when it comes to all the 2-point plays. But it should give Colorado much more ample opportunities to be a little more effective today against the Northern Iowa defense. Now, Northern Iowa, they're hitting 55.8%. All right, they're 24th in this category for all their 2-point plays. But they're going to be going up against a top-ranked defense in Colorado that gives up just 41.3%. Free throw shooting, both teams comparable, 69.7% for Colorado, 71.3% for Northern Iowa, converting from the charity stripe. 3-point land. Northern Iowa, they're going to rely on mid-30s, 36% of all their points to come from out deep, just 30% for Colorado. But when it comes to free throw shooting, Colorado relies on 24% of their points to come from the charity stripe. And taking a look at some of their players. And first of all, take a look at Evan Batty. This kid goes to the line, 4 to 6 times on average. He went to the line 7 times in their game against Kansas, their most recent loss against Kansas. He hit 4 of 7. And this is their big man. This is their 6'8" sophomore, not coming in with the extreme experience. Tyler Bay, He goes to the line. This kid goes to the line quite a bit, all right? He's been on the line, well, it's too many to add up. 21, 27, 37, 46, 52, 57 times so far this season, and he's converted 43 of them. So this kid is a great free throw shooting team, and he puts up a bulk of his points every day from the line. In the game against Loyola Marymount, he went 6 from 6. Kansas, he struggled. He only went 3 of 5 from the charity stripe. Clemson, he hit 9 of 10. You put this kid on the line, and he's usually clutch. You put Tyler Bay from Vegas, guys. He's one of our Vegas kids. All right, he went to high school out here. You put him on the line for Colorado, and he's usually going to convert. Fast Freddy, as far as 2-foul participation, playing with 2 fouls, they're not going to play. Both coaches don't allow their players to play. Tad Boyle's at 0%. You pick up that second foul, you're riding the bench. You pick up that second foul, and you're riding the bench. You know, that's the reasons why, Evan Batty for Colorado, the reason why he's averaging in the mid-20s as far as minutes go. Pick up that second foul. You pick it up early, you're going to ride the entire bench for that entire first half. He only had 27 minutes against Kansas, put up 14 points. Same thing. You go and you take a look at Tyler Bay. This is a kid that, they would, he wish would sit there with, the mid-20s, or high 20s. If he doesn't get, high 20s, it's not the production where he should be. He picked up 2 fouls early in their loss against Kansas. Well, not too early, but he ended up with 25 minutes. He was the MVP for 5 of their games straight. 5 of their games straight, he had 29, 27, 27, 34, and 29 minutes. All right, and he puts up. He's not a big point production, but he'll get fouled. He'll drive to the net, and he'll put up the points from the charity stripe if they put him on it. As far as height advantage, no height advantage per player. No experience level. Both teams coming in with experience. Both go to the bench for minutes played. More so for Colorado. Northern Iowa has not been a team that has had to worry too much about foul trouble. Isaiah Brown, I think he got into foul trouble in 1 game so far this year. 1 game. Same thing with Austin Piff. I think he was in foul trouble in 1 game, and he was limited to 16 minutes in this game against West Virginia. So as far as this one goes, Northern Iowa is not a team that's going to commit many as well as take their playing time away. So, but both teams will not play, or both players will not play. Ben Jacobs is the same way. As Tad Boyle for the Buffaloes. As far as this game goes, as far as the side on this game goes, I do not have a play on the side, but I do have a play on the total. I'm actually playing a play on the total. A lot of you guys already know it because you're on my play. But give me 1 second here, and we'll get that out for you guys. Oh, hold on 1 second. I guess it would help if I could guess it could help if I could type today. So I know I'm going to be going against the grain of salt here. I know I'm going to be going against what most people probably see this game going and doing. However, I'm going to roll with it because I honestly believe it's a winner. And a lot of the college hoops that I've put out is generally the exact opposite of what both public and sharps like. So I'm not afraid that people are going to be betting against me on this one. I could really care less where they bet because at the end of the day, we're going to be ahead. So free personal play. I've given you guys a premium play the last couple days, as well as some personal play, little side bets as well. But free personal play on this one, Northern Iowa, Colorado, guys. I'm rolling with the over 124 in this situation, over 124 and a half. It's going to be a nice winner. I just posted it up in the comment section as well, and it's on the screen. It's on the screen right now as well. So free personal play for everybody. And remember, if you want I have 4 college basketball games today, myself personally on my card. If you want the other 3, you got to get on board. Super easy to get on board, guys. Just go to our secure website, cappersdirect.com. Click on the premium tab, scroll down, and pick out 3 days or a different package. 3 days, $99 or a different package. Same thing with premium plays. We got NBA and college hoops today. Monster day. And we've won 7 straight college hoops games. I went 3-1 yesterday, the day before that, day before that. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we all went 3-1 on my personal play. So you want some big wins? Here you go. Get on board. All right, guys. Just 3 days, $99. And as always, I take care of everybody. And if you're new to the show, new to the program, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We will be live again tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, breaking down more basketball action. We will touch base NBA tomorrow. I promise. And maybe we'll throw in an NHL breakdown as well. So for everybody on our soccer play, good luck. I know it's just now getting ready to start, or it might have already started. It just started 1 minute into it. Leeds United and Hull City. So both teams to score, baby. Let's get a nice big win there for everybody, all right? So enjoy the free plays, guys. Again, for everybody that tunes in, thank you. I actually have a great time with you guys and breaking down games. So enjoy that, guys, and let's make a boatload of money together. And if you ever have any questions, shoot us an email, cd@cappersdirect.com. You can email me directly, kyle@cappersdirect.com. Remember, follow me on Twitter @CapNationKyle. And it's going to be a great day and a great time. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter @CapNationKyle. Andre says, bless my Kyle. Appreciate you. Good luck, everyone. As well as you, Andre, being a great client, as well as all of our great clients, Fast Freddy, everybody else, Jeff up in Canada, everybody else tuning in, watching the live show as well, Mr. Watson, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you guys and gals that are our clients and that are on board with us, as well as not our clients. If you're not our clients, you're just here watching the archive show, or you're here just tuning in. I appreciate each and every single one of you that tune into the live show. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So on your way out the door, if you could do me a great favor and get that big thumbs up, excuse me, it would be greatly appreciated. It helps us get the video trending. Hit that share button. And if you're on your mobile device, you'll have to X out of the live chat. All right, you'll have to X out of the live chat in order to see the thumbs up button. I'm telling you guys, it really does help us a lot when you guys do. Gets our video trending, which definitely gives us some great benefits with YouTube. So hit that thumbs up button, guys. We always appreciate it. And also our daily free play video. Daily free play video is out there with a great free play in it. Again, another one that will probably be going against most people. And that's fine. And that's fine because I could care less where other people are betting. All that matters is where we're betting. And I'll post a link to that video. So here, you can go watch that video now if you haven't already done so. There's a great NBA free play in there as well. And when you're done with that one, drop us a comment over there. Comments as well as thumbs up help get our videos trending. So if you could do all of that, it's always great. Fresh Escobar, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining us. Scroll up and you'll see a free play because we're just now tuning out. All right, guys. So thanks everybody that joined us today. Let's all have a great time. Remember, if you need a place to bet, especially like soccer and UFC or just in general, 5 Dimes, guys. If you don't have a 5 Dimes account, I promise you I'll make you money on things that you can't bet elsewhere that you could bet on 5 Dimes. So it would definitely behoove everybody to have not just an account, but a little bit of ching ching in a Five Dimes account over there as well. So hit that link above, go to Five Dimes, give our friends over there a shout out, and go get on board Five Dimes, because we give out some plays that only they offer, and it's great. So good luck, everybody, and let's make some money today. All right, enjoy your Tuesday. We will see you guys all live tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. And it's going to be another great day. Take it easy, guys.